Thailand's playboy king is reportedly holed up in a luxury hotel in the Bavarian Alps with 20 women while the rest of Germany's hotels remain closed to tourists. Here's everything we know about King Rama X. King Maha Vajiralongkorn of Thailand is reportedly staying in a 4-star hotel in the Bavarian Alps while most of Germany's hotels remain closed to tourists during the coronavirus outbreak. The hotel received special permission from local authorities to open for the king and his entourage of 20 women, The Times of London reported. Following reports that the king had fled to Bavaria, a Thai hashtag translating to "Why do we need a king?" accrued over 1.2 million tweets, according to The Times. Little is known about the royal family, but tensions came to light in October when the king abruptly stripped his royal consort and long-term girlfriend of all her titles, accusing her of plotting against his wife, the queen. Maha Vajiralongkorn has also been photographed cycling in a crop top in Switzerland and Germany, has a reputation as a womanizer, and reportedly gave his dog a 4-day funeral. Thailand's royal family, compared to the constantly spotlighted British monarchy, is extremely secretive. The country has strict laws that forbid citizens and the Thai press from insulting and reporting on embarrassing details about the family. That didn't stop residents of Thailand from tweeting, "Why do we need a king?" over 1 million times last week following reports that King Maha Vajiralongkorn had fled, along with an entourage of 20 women, to a 4-star hotel in the Bavarian Alps during the coronavirus outbreak. King Maha Vajiralongkorn, officially known as King Rama X, was crowned in May 2019, almost 3 years after the death of the previous king, his father Bhumibol Adulyadej. Thanks to restrictions to the Thai press, relatively little is known about Maha Vajiralongkorn. What we do know, however, is that he was educated in Britain and Australia, is an enthusiastic cyclist and pilot, and has been married 4 times. In October, the palace announced that his royal consort and long-term girlfriend had been plotting against the queen. Scroll down to find out more about Thailand's secretive, bicycle-loving king. King Maha Vajiralongkorn of Thailand is reportedly staying in the 4-star Grand Hotel Sonnenbüttel in the Bavarian Alps with an entourage of 20 women during the coronavirus outbreak. Most German hotels have closed to tourists as part of the country-wide lockdown to prevent the spread of the virus. Winter Garmisch-Partenkirchen, Grand Hotel Sonnenbüttel. Exterior view of the Grand Hotel Sonnenbüttel. Copyright Lugten Hotel Photography. Grand Hotel Sonnenbüttel. German publication Bild reported that the hotel received special permission from local authorities to remain open for the king and his entourage, according to the Times of London. Despite his important role in Thailand, Maha Vajiralongkorn doesn't seem to spend a lot of time in the country. He appears to spend most of his time in Germany instead and is believed to have a home on Lake Starnberg, 25 miles from the Grand Hotel Sonnenbüttel. Thai King waved JPG Maha Vajiralongkorn at the Grand Palace in Bangkok on May 6, 2019. Maha Vajiralongkorn Bodendrad Bayavarankan was born in 1952 as the second child and only son of then King Bhumibol and his wife, Queen Sirikit. Grand Palace Bangkok. The Grand Palace in Bangkok. Though he wasn't immediately named Crown Prince, he was widely expected to be his father's successor. His birth was seen as a great relief to the Thai royal family at the time, which had been anxiously awaiting a son. Vajiralongkorn stands for "adorned with jewels" or thunderbolts in Thai. Though he was officially named Crown Prince in 1972, aged 15, he actually spent much of his childhood outside Thailand. He was sent to school in England from ages 13 to 17, before enrolling at Military College in Australia until 1976, Millfield School campus. He then attended Royal Military College, Duntroon, in Canberra, Australia. He graduated in 1976. He struggled to keep up at school in England and Australia, blaming his upbringing in the Thai palace, the BBC reported. After graduation he joined the Thai army, where he served as an officer and worked for most of his life. He is a qualified pilot on both civilian and military aircraft, and flies his own Boeing 737 when he travels overseas, the BBC reported. Thai King Military cadets hold up Thai national flags and a portrait of young Maha Vajiralongkorn outside the Grand Palace in Bangkok to celebrate his 67th birthday on July 28, 2019. He has received military training in Thailand, the UK, US and Australia, the BBC said. After the death of his father King Bhumibol in October 2016, Maha Vajiralongkorn ascended the throne as His Majesty King Rama X, meaning he is the 10th monarch of the royal house of Chakri. Thailand King Bhumibol portrait. A portrait of Thailand's late King Bhumibol Adulyadej seen at Sala Chalermkrung Royal Theatre in Bangkok on October 15, 2016. The theatre closed to mourn the king. However, Maha Vajiralongkorn's coronation only took place 3 years later because he wanted the country to mourn his father first. Thai King Maha Vajiralongkorn at a ceremony commemorating former Thai kings, including his father Bhumibol Adulyadej, at the Royal Plaza in Bangkok on October 23, 2016. Athat Maha Vajiralongkorn deemed it appropriate to allow a period of time for the people to pay their respects to the late king, Thailand's National Legislative Assembly said in an October 2016 announcement. The long-awaited coronation, which took place in May 2019, was a spectacular event. Some 1,300 people and elephants paraded near Thailand's Grand Palace for 6.5 hours, according to the South China Morning Post. Thai King Coronation. Elephants and well-wishers bow at a procession near Thailand's Grand Palace in Bangkok to celebrate Thai King Maha Vajiralongkorn's ascension to the throne on May 7, 2019. Dual source, South China Morning Post. The entire procession reportedly cost the government $31 million. Earlier in the day, Maha Vajiralongkorn also wore a 7.3 kilograms (16-pound) crown topped with an Indian diamond, SCMP reported. Thai King Coronation portraits well-wishers hold up portraits of Thai King Maha Vajiralongkorn at a Bangkok parade celebrating his ascension to the throne on May 7, 2019. Source, South China Morning Post. 3 days before the coronation, Maha Vajiralongkorn married his longtime partner and personal bodyguard in a surprise ceremony. Thai King marriage ceremony. King Maha Vajiralongkorn and Queen Suthida at their wedding ceremony in Bangkok, Thailand, on May 1, 2019. The wedding was a surprise because the palace had never acknowledged the king's romantic relationship with General Suthida Vajiralongkorn before. Footage of the wedding showed Suthida kneeling and bowing to the king before sitting beside him to sign marriage documents inside the ornate Ampornsathan throne hall in Bangkok. Part of the ceremony also involved the king pouring sacred water on Suthida's head. According to the BBC, this is his fourth marriage. The king's marriage to Suthida cemented her position as queen. She joined him on the palace balcony during his ascension festivities. Thai King Queen Maha Vajiralongkorn Suthida. King Maha Vajiralongkorn and Queen Suthida of Thailand appear on a balcony at the Grand Palace in Bangkok on May 6, 2019. Stephen J. In July, the king also bestowed the title of Royal Noble Consort to Sineenatwongvajirapakdi, a former army nurse believed to be another longtime girlfriend. Thai King and Consort J. An official photo of Maha Vajiralongkorn and Wongvajirapakdi at her royal consort ceremony. She is the first person to be formally granted the role since 1921. Queen Suthida sat beside her husband during the occasion. Source, Insider. Thai Royal Consort. The Thai Royal Palace's official website crashed after those photos were released. Tensions between Wongvajirapakdi and Queen Suthida came to light in October, however, when the king accused Wongvajirapakdi of plotting against the queen. Official palace photos of Wongvajirapakdi. Wongvajirapakdi wanted to be queen herself, and tried to stop the king from marrying Suthida, a palace statement said. The king tried to ease tensions between the two women by giving Wongvajirapakdi the title of royal consort, an approach that appeared not to have worked. Despite her new rank, Wongvajirapakdi did everything to make herself equal to Queen Suthida and disobeyed the king and queen, Channel News Asia reported, paraphrasing the palace. Wongvajirapakdi's actions became public in October when the king announced that he had stripped her of all royal and military titles for disloyalty. On top of this, the king has a reputation for womanizing, having fathered 7 children by 3 women. He has had numerous acrimonious divorces in the past. Thailand's king and royal consort. Maha Vajiralongkorn and Wongvajirapakdi in army gear together. His mother, Queen Sirikit, reportedly once described her son as a little bit of a Don Juan in the early 1980s. She also suggested that her son preferred spending his weekends in the company of beautiful women over carrying out his formal royal duties, the BBC reported. Source, The Guardian, BBC. Unproven rumors have also circulated that he was previously involved in illicit activities, though no details or specifics have ever been released. According to The Guardian, Maha Vajiralongkorn directly addressed the rumors in a meeting with journalists in 1992, saying, "Do I look like a mafia boss type? I tell you, if I were, I would have been a millionaire by now." Maha Vajiralongkorn is likely shielded from those rumors in Thailand, which has strict lèse majesté laws which forbid people to insult, defame, or threaten any member of the royal family. Thai King Ascension. He even jailed the parents of his third wife, a lady-in-waiting named Srirasmi, under those laws by accusing them of abusing their connections with him, the BBC and The Sun reported. He's a keen cyclist, and has regularly led mass biking events in Bangkok in the past. Here he is at the Bike Unai Rak, or Bike Love and Warmth, event in December 2018. Thailand's King Maha Vajiralongkorn takes part in the Bike Unai Rak or Bike Love and Warmth mass cycling event in Bangkok on December 9, 2018. His daughter Princess Sirivannavari Nararatana has also taken part in these events in the past. Thai Princess Sirivannavari Nararatana waves to the crowd while biking at the Bike for Dad event in Bangkok on December 11, 2015. He's even been seen cycling in a crop top around Switzerland. Thai King cycling Switzerland. Thai King Maha Vajiralongkorn seen cycling near Lucerne, Switzerland, in footage published June. And in even fewer clothes in Germany. The eccentric king is also known for his love for dogs. When his pet poodle Fu Fu died in 2016, he gave him a 4-day-long Buddhist funeral ceremony.